Rock Beast back for a video in quite a long time now. So I'm gonna do just tell you I've got a new phone and have to say that if you see my Instagram, it will have a Metallica picture of Ride the Lightning on it. It'll be the Rock Beast 2022, and so anyway, we're going to get into this ranking and do all the songs worst to best. This week it's going to be my birthday on the 5th of August, and on August the 3rd was when this was released, and this week it's going to be an anniversary of this release, so I think 30th or some 1987, 1997, 2007, 2017, 0, 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 30. So I think 35 years if I'm right. So anyway, we're going to just go and talk into this. I was in Glasgow recently and got that Motley Crue t-shirt. So number 12's Excitable. Easily the weakest. I can't stand the spoken word. Good song, no, I love it. But I have to be said that it's just overproduced nonsense at times, but I don't like how they're using all these weird electronic effects over Elliot's voice, like "Oh baby, don't say," like that type of thing. Like there is a bit of humour to it, I think, and Excitable, which is kind of good. But I think that song would have been better on Adrenalize because of Let's Get Rocked and Make Love Like a Man. So that's what's going to be put at number 12. Now, sorry to disappoint you all, but at number 11's Pour Some Sugar on Me. I think this song is overplayed. Better Def Leppard songs out there. If I was the record producer to choose about 5 singles off of hysteria, I would have gone for 5 or 6 would have gone for Women, would have gone for Rocket, would have gone for Animal, would have gone for Love Bites, and Pour Some Sugar. No, not Pour Some Sugar. I said that, idiot. Armageddon, and I would also use. I would also make the title track single. And for the 7th choice, I would go for Love and Affection. Now, great song. So Pour Some Sugar on Me. I think it's got a great chorus, but in general, it's just overplayed. You know what? I'm fed up of hearing it, type of thing. Like when songs get overplayed, you don't get them anymore, and that's what's happened to me. I've just lost interest out of the song by hearing it too much. Like, listening to every rock station, it plays that constantly, type of thing. Like, and I just prefer other Def Leppard ones. So at number 10, number 10 is a really, really good one, I have to say. Women. I love that guitar riff that Phil Collins plays at the start. To me, Women more deserves to be on Prio. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it would be, but Rotten Riot's very Pyromania by what I think. But Women's just very rocky, quite slick at the same time. There's a bit of keyboards added to it, which I love. From Rick Savage, who does bass. He does a bit of keyboards. If you've not noticed that, like if you hear the backing track, you will kind of notice that. So I think that's a great hard rocking song. So number 9, the title track. I really love the chorus. I think it's a really, really good ballad. I think it's very good for harmonizing, stuff like that. Like, I love the melody. I've got alone tonight. And I've seen Vivian Campbell do a version of his, and he did it very well by what I thought. And he he did it very good. Like, even though he's not Steve Clark, he still did it pretty well. Like, no one's ever going to be Steve Clark or Phil Collins. They're the Terra twins, and they always will be. Um, so and I love I think it's got good bass. I love the intro. It's very 80s. To me, this is one that I don't really consider it a ballad. I consider it more of a pop song to me. If you consider ballad, that's okay. Because Mr. Baldwin doesn't consider Blaze of Glory a ballad by what when we were once talking. And I think this is a really good hard rocking album in general. So Hysteria, the title track at number 9. So at number 8, we're gonna go for Don't Shoot Shotgun. Now, some of the things I can think, I do have similar opinions to Excitable, but this one is like a better version of Excitable to me. Excitable's not a bad song, but has to be said that Don't Shoot Shotgun. I love the vocals at the start, but I don't get the "She's so dangerous," all these types of things. Like, because they were using like DG sessions on Hysteria, stuff like that, which was a bit odd. I think did make some slickness to it. You could hear that on Rocket as well, which as well, like you could hear all these like electronic effects coming in with songs like Love Bites, Rocket, Gods of War. To me, Gods of War sounds like in a bit of the song sounds like a sampled news report. So yes, so number 7, the first song that got me into I was watching Top of the Pops with my parents and I discovered that and I was like, what is this? They were into like rock and metal and I just discovered it and discovered all bands from there. And it's Rocket, an absolute masterpiece. I love how high the vocals are in it, and I think it's a really, really good song. Rocket, yes. And basically, like the bit in the middle is like lots of bits of all it not bits. I love the chorus. I think Elliot's got 10 out of 10 vocals on there. Even though I said I'm not huge on the electronic bits that are added on Hysteria, it's a solid album to me, Hysteria. It's my favourite by the band, so I would say like the electronic bits I'm okay with for some reason is the countdown commencing fire 1. That bit in Rocket, like you kind of get like, I'm kind of okay with that for some reason, but I don't know why that is, but maybe it's just me. Now, I go for next one's gonna be Armageddon. Love that song. The highlight of the song is Steve Clark's guitar solo, the key change, stuff like that. I really like. I think it's got good backing vocals as well. And also I also because it's got a bit of a T-Rex influence to it by what I've noticed. That did 20th Century Boy, etc. And you kind of see at this time, after Pyromania, they did do quite a... They were like, oh, we're going to go into this direction of, let's get influenced by T-Rex, Mott the Hoople, Sweet, Slade, David Bowie. And at the time, there was other bands at the time that were out as well, and they thought, just forget them, we'll do what we'll do, and that's quite, and that's what I think. Like I think Armageddon's an absolute masterpiece. Now at there'll be 2 ballads in a row, so quick warning for you. Number 5, Love and Affection. Now this was one of the first songs they recorded on Hysteria, and I mean that they done live. Because when Rick Allen came back for his gig, they did Love and Affection in 1986, and it was great live. And so I think they really did a good live performance of that, and that was when Rick Allen just lost his arm and he was back for his accident. And it was at Donington, and they didn't do Animal, Love Bites, etc. It was more that was the first one you think they did, and like I can't believe it's the first single, because think about Women and Run Riot. They're the rockiest of the album in my opinion, the hardest rocking, because I think at this point, like, compare it to first wave hair metal bands like Motley, Rat. Some of their early stuff's got a very hard rocking vibe to it. But when they get older, the vibe goes away, I think, in some cases. But I'm gonna go. So I just love the chorus. And it's a really good ballad. So number 4. One of my favourite power ballads of all time. If you got me to do a power ballad list, Love Bites, an absolute stormer of a ballad. The vocals, Steve Clark's guitar solo, Phil Collins' riff, kind of, and the music video as well. If you've not seen the music video, it's great. Go and check it out. I say so. I just love Joe Elliott's vocals on here. It didn't just take him. It didn't take him one attempt. It took him about 3 attempts, I think, and that's amazing. And like, to me, the vocals are so high, and it's like a female singing it because they're so high. Like, I love the vocals in this song. Now, I'm going to get into some of the best stuff now. My 3 favourites coming. Number 3, Run Riot. A great hard rocker, Pyromania type song with slick production, which I'm not a fan of slick production. I prefer raw, but I don't like anything to be as slick as Generation Swine and by Motley Crue, if you know, which that's a terrible record, or Constrictor. It's too, I don't like it, but I don't like slick. I'm not a slick fan. I'm more of a raw fan, a raw music fan. But I I really love Run Riot. And I love the bit where it breaks down and it like gets heavier. I just loved Run Riot. Like a lot of people talk about the singles from this one. Like Metal Mickey, he said he normally goes for deep cuts, but I think this is a hidden gem on the album. Never gets talked about. Should get talked about. And it's like, this album's so good that every song could just be a single. It's up there with great albums like Appetite for Destruction, Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood, Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet, and that's what all these albums are that I'm mentioning. So number 2, Gods of War. I love the chorus. Here it comes now. Like, and that's quite then it goes into we're fighting for the, and that just kicks. The guitar work of Phil Collins and Steve Clark together is absolutely phenomenal. Like, oh, how are you going to get even better than this? Rest in peace, Steve. And Gods of War is just a masterpiece of 2 guitarists. Like, I've seen Vivian Campbell do it, but Vivian Campbell, I still like later Def Leppard. I love Adrenalize, I love Slang, I love Euphoria, I love them all, but you're never going to beat Steve Clark, and I like Pete Wills as well, but I think Phil Collins definitely the best out of the 2. I think he's my favourite member, I think, but... So, yes, so I love It's a War. Now, in my opinion, one of the best music videos ever, in my opinion, of all time. If you, Animal, I love the way it starts off. Phil Collins' guitar solo is the way, and this is how it makes it my favourite song. It's so melodic, got that 80s hair metal vibe to it, and like, in my opinion, like, I personally think, like, do consider Def Leppard, like, I don't think there's any mislabeled glam bands, really, to be honest with you, but I would say, like, Def Leppard's, Phil Collin, I wouldn't call him a glam guitarist, because I would say Joe Elliott's a glam metal singer, or Rick Savage, or all that, and that's because he's got a bit of, I feel Phil Collins' guitar playing has got a bit of Steve Vai, you know, Benencore, all that stuff, like I've seen him perform with, um, Joe Satriani, and, like, he's a legend, like, I know someone who doesn't like, they only like the first two Leppard albums, they're more into classic rock, etc., they like old school rock, they're into bands like UFO, Van Halen, Black Sabbath, Rush, and that's my mum's friend Lindsay said the first two albums are good, but they said when Phil joined the band, I lost interest, and that shows how much of, and he really respects Phil, like, he's a legend, and Animal to me is, I love the vocals, everything about it, and it's just great. Like, go on and on about it, and it's so good. So have a nice day and keep on listening to this masterpiece, Hysteria, and goodbye. Oh God.